name's Jonathan Schenke. We are at my Studio Windows here in Greenpoint. I run this place with my friend and studio partner Jake Aaron, and we've been here about 2 years now. I always call it like a hybrid digital analog setup. We have a lot of cool outboard analog digital rack gear. My approach is trying to use the best tool for the situation. If I'm tracking, I use as much outboard gear as possible to try and get the sound as closely as what we're collectively imagining. And then, if you're refining with plugins, that's cool. Similarly with mixing, if there's something that I want to really make shine or stand out in a mix, I'll often bus it through some outboard EQ or compression or print tape echo or some DDL-500 on the vocal or whatever thing to try and make it pop. I've always been a fan of Eventide stuff. There's certainly a history and a legacy of the company as forward-thinking sound people. I started working with Eventide probably like 5 years ago. I think it was I started doing beta testing for the Anthology on that re-release, and started working more closely both with plugin testing and consultation, but also hardware stuff. And I think the first piece of hardware that I used was the DDL-500. The DDL-500, Jake and I both use it on literally every project. It is such a cool thing, and I feel like the way that it was marketed, and I know the way a lot of people use it, myself included, is like very clean, very high definition, very flexible digital delay. So in that context, I'll often use it like as a pre-delay for a spring reverb. And you can really dial it in, tempo sync, whether it's through tap or just, subdividing the BPM. But I think where it really shines is when you start to clip it a bit and filter a bit, and it becomes, much more characterful and sort of vintage drive to it. And I find that really helps a vocal pop. It sounds really larger than life, I guess. But that's perfect segue to the EuroDDL. Everything is really hands-on and immediate. You grab a knob, tap out a tempo, and shape the sound without having to read a manual. That's really important to me. One of my favorite pieces of hardware, though, is the MixingLink. I have one on my pedal board, and I have another one next to the mics, and it is the one thing that I literally bring to every session. They have seriously helped me out in a pinch multiple times, which is why, and they're so portable, I just throw one in my bag. So in addition to producing records for other people, I have a couple projects of my own. One of which, the group's called PE. We wanted to attempt to, keep that that improvisation and anything goes spirit. So my rig is an MS-20 going through a rose pedal, and my voice going through MixingLink space and a ring mod. I have everything set up to be very hands-on and immediate. I love that both the rose and the space pedal have tap tempo. So whether it's an eighth note or a quarter note, I can tap it in, at the beginning of the song. And with the MixingLink mix knob, dial in very easily, how much effect I want in my voice, and then very easily turn it off if things get out of control or I want to say something in between songs. People laugh at me in the practice space, but I'll sit here and just I feel like a child with and toys, like very fun toys, where becomes like Plan 9 from outer space or something, you know? I feel like there's the technical aspect of trying to refine things, and then there's the creative aspect. Yeah, and having that immediacy really helps focus the creative pursuit. My website is just my name, is jonathanschenke.com. And Studio Windows has an Instagram. It's @studio_windows.